You're right on time for Hope TV Newswatch on this 16th, the day of July 2025. A very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kimani, and signing for us tonight is Boniface Muridi. We kick off with President William Ruto has urged leaders to avoid inciting the youth, calling instead for unity in tackling unemployment. Speaking at State House in Nairobi during a meeting with clergy from the Federation of Evangelical and Indigenous Christian Churches, the head of state said leaders must work together to offer real solutions and secure a better future for the country's youth.
Ukienda Thika ama uende Ruiru pale Tatu City, tuko na vijana 20,000 wanafanya kazi katika digital jobs. Sasa we are spreading it. Tuko na ICT hubs, tuko na jitume hubs. Tunataka kuhakikisha kwamba tunatandaza internet kila mahali. Tuhakikisha kwamba vijana wetu wanapata ajira katika mitandao. Mitandao isiwe ni mahali pa matusi. Iwe ni mahali pa kupanga ama kutengeneza pesa kwa ajira na biashara. Saa hizi nikiongea na nyinyi 180,000 young people wanafanya kazi katika mitandao. The largest BPO company in the world, inaitwa Teleperformance, imeleta ofisi yake Nairobi in the last 2 months. Kwa sababu we are building the network ili vijana wetu wapate ajira, wapate matumaini na wachangie katika kuendesha taifa letu la Kenya mbele. That was my second program. Program ya kwanza, housing. Program ya pili, digital jobs. Program ya tatu ni ile tunaita labor mobility. Nyinyi mnajua tuko na nafasi ya ajira katika international workforce. Tuko na nchi ambazo wanatafuta watu wa kufanya kazi. Kama kuna Mkenya anataka kwenda kufanya kazi nje, sasa tuko na National Employment Authority. Kazi yake ni kupanga. Na tumeambia nchi zote, leteni nafasi zenu za ajira. Tutaweka kwa portal ya National Employment Authority.
Now, as political and economic tensions continue to rise in the country, women in alternative dispute resolution are calling on the nation to embrace peaceful means of handling disputes. The group insists that dialogue, mediation, and reconciliation are essential to safeguard Kenya's stability and prosperity. Vivian Kerubo with more on this.
Women in ADR have called for the peaceful resolution of conflicts as a means to safeguard Kenyan social cohesion and economic stability. Chairperson Eunice Lumalas underscored the urgent need for the national shift toward dialogue and mediation, stressing that constructive engagement remains key to protecting the country's hard-earned progress and preventing societal divisions.
This is a call for amicable resolution of conflicts to safeguard Kenya's social and economic fabric. So in light of the mounting tensions and emerging disputes across various sectors in Kenya, a clarion call is being made by the Women in Alternative Dispute Resolution. This group is made up of different professionals from various sectors. ADR is not about lawyers.
WAD also turned its focus to Kenya's business environment, with the Executive Director Phyllis Wangui stressing the economic resilience depends on the existence of peaceful structures. She emphasized the need for robust pre-litigation frameworks to manage disputes early and prevent them from escalating into costly court battles.
The private sector, in particular, requires a predictable, peaceful, and rule-based environment to operate. Entrepreneurs, investors, and professionals are calling for the creation of platforms that encourage pre-litigation dialogue, contractual dispute management clauses, and strengthened community mediation frameworks. This is not merely a legal or policy appeal. It is a moral imperative and national duty.
In their national appeal, WAD called for the public to embrace peace and dialogue as a solution to disputes. Dr. Judith Sijenyi urged Kenyans to shun incitement and instead choose constructive engagement. She affirmed that the organization has a network of trained mediators ready to assist communities across the country, emphasizing that adopting alternative dispute resolution ADR is a vital path toward national unity and justice.
The public is now urged to do the following. Consider and actively engage in amicable resolution of disputes. Seek professional mediators and arbitrators to resolve all conflicts, all disputes. The Women in Alternative Dispute Resolution have a pool of professional dispute resolvers whom it can avail on short notice. Avoid incitement, inflammatory rhetoric, and acts of provocation because we are a part of an international community. Do not lessen the attractiveness of Kenya as a hub for dispute resolution internationally. Support community and institutional peace-building efforts. Demand accountability and dialogue from leaders at every level. As we look to the future, let us reaffirm our collective commitment to resolve conflict through wisdom, not war, through understanding and not appeal.
Meanwhile, the organization underscored its partnership with the judiciary in promoting alternative dispute resolution. Vice Chair Florence Shako highlighted the success of court annex mediation, noting that it has significantly eased case backlogs while enhancing access to timely and affordable justice for citizens.
Correct. So in ADR, there's something called court annexed mediation. We've had members like Justice Kendagor and others who have been involved in it. And it's a way of annexing an ADR process to the court. That I go to court, but when this case is looked at, it's not suitable for litigation. So it is redirected, screened, and redirected into mediation. So that's one of the ways in which we partner by having court annexed mediators. A lot of our members are accredited court annexed mediators, and they do practice in the courts in that sense as well.
A timely reminder from Women in Alternative Dispute Resolution is that peace is not accidental, but a result of proactive solutions, empathy, and dialogue. The group is urging Kenyans to resolve differences through mediation rather than conflict, calling for calm, unity, and accountability across all sectors of society. Reporting for Newswatch, Vivian Kerubo.
So much, Vivian, for that report. Moving on swiftly, and religious leaders in Kilifi County are calling on the country's political class to embrace dialogue as tensions continue to rise across the country. They warn that the deepening political divisions risk plunging the nation into unrest, urging leaders from all sides to put the country first and seek peaceful resolutions through open talks. The message comes as anxiety grows among citizens over the direction of the current political standoff.
Changamoto kubwa tulionayo Kenya ni kwamba mashauriano ya hapo awali hayaonyeshi manufaa na faida yake. Sasa watu wameingia uoga kwamba je, kama dialogue zilizofanyika mwanzoni hazikuleta matunda yoyote, je, hii itakuwaje?
Mazungumzo muhimu ya amani na maelewano yafanyike kwa vitengo vyote. Wito wa ushauriano kama viongozi wa kidini tunaunga mkono ifanyike kwa haraka, tupate suluhu ya haraka ya kudumu kusukuma taifa letu la Kenya na serikali katika ufanifu mzuri tunaotaka.
Kenya inataka haki iongozwe na haki na katiba. Sasa kama mtu atajitokeza aseme kwamba nitaiba kura ili fulani na fulani abaki, sasa kila mchezo una sheria zake. Kwa hivyo wale wanaosema wataiba kura si salama kwa.
Following a troubling surge in the killing of young protesters during the anti-government demonstrations, fresh calls are mounting for accountability. Civil rights groups and legal experts are urging that prosecutorial powers be granted to the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights. This comes amid growing mistrust over conflicting death toll figures between what the state reports and what human rights groups are documenting on the ground. Many believe that empowering the commission could help bring to book those behind the deadly force meted out on unarmed youth.
My wish was indeed if this commission could be more empowered and more sensitized to an extent that they would prosecute. Indeed, also I asked also why members of the Witness Protection Agency were not available, because right now there is something that is quite scary, is information.
Our numbers are we give the right statistics because we go to the ground. We dispatch all our teams, the technical team across the country to give the numbers. So our numbers are dependable.
It would be important that the commission is able to be giving out data that they've been able to work on after exactly 1 year, because this data is what will inform policy and it's also what will inform advocacy at the grassroots level.
Now, a fresh standoff is brewing between the National Police Service Commission and the Office of the Inspector General of Police. The commission, which is mandated to oversee police welfare and human resource functions, now says it is facing deliberate frustration from within the very service it is meant to regulate. CEO Peter Lelei has accused IG Douglas Kanja of withholding critical personnel records, a move he describes as an attempt to sabotage transparency and accountability.
Difficulty in accessing the payroll for purposes of auditing the payroll to ascertain whether the decisions of the commission have been complied with. At that time, the relationship between the commission and the command was very frosty, and there has since been changed. We have a new IG, we have a new DIG, new DIGs, and we also have brought on board the Secretary of Administration, who is also the accounting officer. So the Auditor General has rightly questioned that if a commission.
From that, and the government remains uncertain about the full scale of the tragedy following the deadly ambush in Todonyang, Turkana County. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen says the chaotic nature of the attack near Lake Turkana has complicated efforts to determine the exact number of lives lost or people missing. Speaking during the Ajukwaa la Usalama Security Forum in Lodwar, CS Murkomen revealed that a multi-agency team is being deployed to lead recovery efforts and verify casualties as the region reels from the impact of the deadly assault.
On Todonyang issue, remember there is still pending verification of the exact numbers, and partly because people who are suspected to have lost their lives inside the lake. So in the absence of finding the bodies, it's become very difficult to verify the exact numbers and say with the utmost certainty that this is the number of people. Missing persons report indicate that the numbers were higher. But confirmation, in terms of when you want to announce numbers, you can only say they are missing people. You can't say that they died, because by the legal procedure, you must first verify if those people died.
The youth in Taita Taveta County are calling on both the county and national governments to urgently address the growing crisis of unemployment. The young people say they feel sidelined in key policy decisions and warn that the lack of meaningful opportunities is fueling frustration and hopelessness. They are urging leaders to prioritize youth empowerment programs and create pathways for sustainable livelihoods.
Jana wataita Taveta wataweza kubenefit, wataweza kupata majawabu, wataweza kushirikiana na county government, shirika zisio za kiserikali na pia private sector, ili tuweze kuinua jamii ya vijana huku Taita Taveta. Pia tumezungumzia mambo mingi ambayo inadhuru vijana. Tumesema ya kwamba vijana lazima wajitolee Tunajua maisha ni ngumu, lakini vijana wenyewe ndio wanaweza suluhisha zile shida mingi ambao wanapitia.
Tusiweze kuona kama vijana Taita Taveta kuwa mambo mengine madogo kama pengine miadarati ndio vitu tunaweza kutumia peke yake. Leo tumeweza kueleza kuwa kuna mambo pia ya kufanya biashara pia na nchi zingine kule nje. Ndio maana tumeweza kusanyika pamoja kama vijana kaunti hii ili kuweza kuleta mawazo pamoja na kuweza kusaidiana pia kwa mambo mengine.
Tumekuwa na kikao hapa pamoja na washikadau wanaofanya shughuli ambazo zinaambatana na mambo na vijana. Mambo matatu ambayo tumezungumzia siku ya leo. Jambo la kwanza ikiwa ni kukuja na Youth Marshall Plan ya Taita Taveta County. Pia kuna mswada ambao tulisukuma na ikapitishwa County Assembly na kufikia sasa haijaweza kutimizwa, ambao ni Taita Taveta Youth Welfare and Empowerment Act. So tumeweza kuja na framework ambayo itaweza kuhakikisha kwamba swala hili linajadiliwa na pia fedha zinapatikana za kuweza kutekeleza masuala kama hayo.
It is exactly 18 minutes past the top of the hour. Time now for a short break, but immediately after I'll be back with the business and sports news. Stick around.
Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful, ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive. Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Welcome to the greatest show on earth. This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go! Lights, camera, action. Put your mind on it, look the life that you
Ooh, wase! Iko on! Kila game inamata! Reconnect now. Dial *423#.
Thank you for tuning in to Hope TV, your go-to channel for hope, inspiration, education, and wholesome entertainment. At Hope TV, we are committed to knowing God and making Him known through powerful media content. We truly value you and are dedicated to serving you better. For feedback, inquiries, or complaints, reach out via WhatsApp or SMS on 0708 222 323. Email us at customerexperience@hopefm.org. Hope TV, look and live.
Now let's get down to business. Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi has hit back at Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndende Nyoro over his remarks on the recent fuel price hike. Tami Nyoro's claims as both reckless and inaccurate. Mbadi has attributed the surge in fuel prices to the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran. Mbadi's explanation has, however, sparked fresh criticism, with many questioning why the government has not tapped into the Petroleum Development Levy to ease the burden on struggling Kenyans.
You know, when you start misreporting things and giving statements that are not factual, and you have been chair of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, then you leave Kenyans asking questions whether you have what it takes to offer leadership in whatever level. Because you cannot say that the prices of petroleum products have gone up because the government has diverted stabilization fund to finance, to pay or to take loans that are secret. What is secret about securitization?
The Kenya Ports Authority has officially taken over the newly constructed Shimoni Port in Kwale County. Built at a cost of 2.6 billion shillings, the modern facility is expected to address long-standing challenges in fish storage while creating new employment opportunities for coastal youth. KPA Managing Director Captain William Ruto is now urging investors to position themselves for a stake in the emerging blue economy, terming the port as a strategic gateway for marine-based trade and development.
Where we have an ice flaking machine. That machine is able to do 8 tons in a day. You can imagine if we can be able to produce 8 tons of ice, it can be able to support our fishermen who are doing fishing either during the day and they don't have a storage facility. We have also been able to see some storage facilities which can be able to store fish up to -20 degrees. And I can promise you, it can be able to employ even up to 500 to 600 people per day. So you can just see it for yourself, that those are people who will be employed on daily basis, leave alone those ones who will be employed now on permanent to run and operationalize this facility. We did a remarkable performance of doing 2.05 million TEUs, which was a 23% growth. And as I had earlier said, this is a performance that has never been achieved ever before. And this year alone, by the end of June, we have been able to surpass the 1 million TEU mark. One of the shipping lines have now reorganized their schedule, and as from 24th of August next month, the port of Lamu will be fully operational, where we will be having 3 scheduled calls per week, which shows that on daily basis we will be having a ship in Lamu. That alone itself is a testament that that project is viable and it is able to transform this country.
Traders and residents in Oljororok, Nyandarua County, are raising alarm over the lack of basic infrastructure in urban centers. They are decrying the absence of public toilets and proper drainage systems, saying it not only threatens public health but also hampers business operations. The community is now calling on the county government to urgently prioritize investment in essential services to improve living and working conditions.
Charagita nzima, town kubwa ambayo ina wafanyabiashara zaidi ya 100, hakuna choo, hakuna public toilet. Ukikuja hapa kama ni sanitation na drainage haiangaliwi. Ukiangalia hapa hakuna planning. Kwa hivyo tungependa kusema kwamba the last previous budget Charagita ward ama Charagita town ilikuwa imepatiwa 3 million ya kujenga choo na ya kujenga soko. Lakini ukija hapa hiyo pesa haikufanyishwa kazi. Kwa hivyo ni kumaanisha kwa sababu huo mwaka umeisha, hiyo pesa imerudi tu treasury.
Shida kubwa na hii town, license iko juu hata ni times 2. Sisi tunalipanga 20,000, hakuna choo, barabara hata ni kama hata ni shamba, hata shamba ni zaidi. Tunateseka kabisa, hakuna choo. Sisi tunauliza tutengenezewe choo, barabara imeharibika kabisa.
Tunateseka. Na choo hakuna, choo wewe unaiona wapi hapa? Choo tunaomba kwa hoteli ama kwa nini ama flying toilets. You need choo because it's the best thing for a human being. Bila choo unakula pale alafu unauliza nitaenda choo wapi. Kwa hivyo tuangaliwe
huku Charagita huwa tunalipa pesa zenye huwa tunalipa kila mwezi za county, lakini hatuna choo. Watu wengi huwa wanaenda huku nyuma za duka za watu ama huku kwa msituni.
Some sporting action. The Harambee Stars are sharpening their skills and strengthening team chemistry, ready to make a mark ahead of the upcoming African Nations Championship CHAN, with the competition in camp reaching intense levels. Already 6 players have been dropped from the provisional squad following a recent 2-1 loss in a closed-door friendly match. Among them is AFC Leopards midfielder Kelly Madada and Shabana's Keith Imbali, an early indication of the high stakes involved in making the final 23-man squad. Harambee Stars are expected to depart for Arusha early next week to participate in the Sekafa 4 Nations Cup in Tanzania from July 24th to 27th at Karatu Stadium in Tanzania, which will serve as key preparations ahead of the tournament.
Tangu tuanze naweza sema kampi imekuwa poa. Kila mtu anajisukuma, focus iko maximum. Ni preparations poa. Tutajua mali tuko kama team, tutajua pia mali tuko kama individuals. So itatuhelp sana ku prepare for the tournament yenye na come in 2 weeks time. So I think ni zitatusaidia kwa preparation tu. Coach kujua what to do nini na vile mchezaji pia kujigauge.
They've been great almost a weekend, and everyone is putting in the effort, so I feel the preparations are okay. The 4 Nations tournament will be a build-up actually to the CHAN.
It's an impossible group to be in, but a fantastic challenge for us, to see how far we've come and where we're at as a nation, as a football nation in Kenya. So it will be a nice challenge. DRC Congo, they've won the CHAN tournament twice in previous years. Morocco has won it twice also in previous years. And Angola has just won the COSAFA. So it's teams with big pedigree. And don't forget, Zambia has also been a massive name in African history.
Our Tusker Football Club has promoted 2 rising stars, striker David Polepole and defender George Odhiambo, from its youth setup to the senior team ahead of the new Football Kenya Federation Premier League season. Polepole netted 15 goals and 6 assists before earning 5 senior team appearances, while Odhiambo, a former youth captain, stood out with 4 goals and 5 assists in defense. Both have signed multi-year deals, with head coach Charles Okere praising their work ethic.
Hii promotion ina motivate sana, like hata mimi nilikuwa motivated venye rafiki wangu wa kwanza venye akina Edward alikuwa promoted, the following Teddy alikuwa rafiki wangu sana akakuwa promoted pia. Ili motivate sana. After hapo nilijiita meeting nikajiambia mimi pia naweza. Next time tafurahia sana mimi pia nikikuwa promoted.
One of my observations that I have seen in the youth team is that we have that kind of unity, and what I can tell them is that to maintain that kind of positive bond, to always listen to the coaches, to always have a great mindset towards the team, because the team first is the most important thing. And then, because I believe that if you fight for the badge, then the name behind will be remembered. So giving your best for the team, I believe that if you can do it for the team, then it will, as an individual, it will come just to you, what you want to achieve.
That and to some golf, home player Henry Kamau claimed top honors at the NCBA Coast Open Barry Cup, finishing 2 under par 211 over 3 rounds at Mombasa Golf Club. Kamau edged out Golf Park's Sami Mulama by a single stroke, with Eldoret's Danny Chalogoi settling for that. The event drew 65 top amateur golfers.
I think this win, I've been waiting for this win. This year we have played some tournament, but I've just won one, Sigona Ball. I was pushing myself hard to win Kiambu Open as the defending champion last year, and winning this year, I don't take it for granted. It's hard work and commitment. This is the most challenging course. It's a 9-hole course, but despite being a 9-hole course, it's a very tricky course. You just need to keep the ball in play. Don't be greedy. You just keep the ball in play, and you will score. The course was in good shape. Kudos to the captain because the setup of the course was in a good standard, and the greens were rolling well, but the rough was a bit tough for guys.
Finally, home player Grace Geshoki delivered a stellar performance at the current country club, emerging as the overall gross winner and top in Division A at the 9th Ladies Medal Tournament. Geshoki carded 87 gross and 69 net to lead a strong field of over 100 lady golfers.
This is the second time I'm winning this game. Yeah, this is the second time. I had a post entry and I was told to come before 8. Now I was wondering what time will I wake up? But anyway, the team we went with Jacinta and Junior Pasha. I was trying to get her a driver. Trying. But anyway, she didn't play well today, but another day. So the company was good. And again, ladies, thank you for letting me win. Yeah. And thank you, sponsors. Hope to see you next year. Thank you. God bless.
I had a very interesting day, or rather morning. I started from number 1. I had a 9. Number 2, I had a 7. And by that time, I was done with my golf. But anyway, things got better. Played with a Division C, Lydia, who was playing very good golf. I don't know whether she's here. And the vice lady captain, Rebecca, who was very patient with us. Her golf is quite good. And that was my morning. And I appreciate IMG for sponsoring. Thank you very much.
With that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. We really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kimani, and signing for us tonight has been Boniface Moredi.